Diamond tiaras, platinum jubilees, and golden arches. The Queen had it all, but she never dug into one of the hamburgers from this fast food joint, even though she owned the place. Fans of the royal family don't need to bribe an inside source to get the scoop on the late Queen Elizabeth II's favorite things to eat. Royal chefs have been more than willing to offer snapshots of a day in the life at Her Royal Majesty's dining table, which usually played host to a simple breakfast of biscuits and Earl Grey, the Queen's favorite tea, a healthful lunch of fish and vegetables, a fanciful afternoon tea filled with cream sponge and ginger cake, and a rounded dinner of meat and greens. As for a drink, the Queen's favorite was apparently a lemon-twisted gin and Dubonnet.
Wow.
Quite a punchy drink.
Is it?
It's a really good, beautifully balanced
Wine
nightcap.
and gin, did you say?
With the news of her death, we have no doubt that her enormous legacy will live on in part through her love of food in all its particularity. Of course, the Queen's responsibilities extended far beyond dining and entertaining. As the head of state, the monarch also owned an eclectic variety of properties under the Crown estate, including race courses, hotels, castles, an offshore energy compound, and a particularly posh outpost of one of the world's largest fast food franchises. That's right, the Golden Arches at Oxfordshire's Banbury Gateway Shopping Park was owned by the Queen, and it shows. As fans mourn the loss of Queen Elizabeth II, who died on September 8th, let's look at a lighter moment back in 2017. Insider UK took a lengthy journey from London to pay a visit to the Oxfordshire McDonald's, owned by Queen Elizabeth II. As the outlet reported at the time, the restaurant didn't sport a typical McDonald's interior. Instead of the franchise's usual decor, the stately outpost is decked out with coveted Eames chairs and curved leather sofa benches, while sleek digital menu boards and tablets offer the now common luxury of contact-free ordering. We don't imagine the Queen went out of her way to reign over this particular McDonald's, but because it was located on property owned by the Crown estate, you can always stop by for a Big Mac and raise a glass to Britain's longest reigning monarch. The location's TripAdvisor page features reviews from other visitors, who also lauded the location's food, but not all of the reviews were positive. One customer wrote, "I visited the McDonald's at Banbury Gateway tonight and received possibly the worst customer service I have ever received." Another said, "I waited over 5 minutes for a meal, and when I got it, the fries were cold." One customer called the vanilla milkshake superb, but admitted that the nuggets weren't great and that the fries were lukewarm. All in all, the Banbury Gateway Shopping Park McDonald's doesn't seem to have always lived up to royal standards. Not that it matters, the Queen apparently never ate there herself. According to Darren McGrady, who served as the personal chef to Queen Elizabeth II and other royal denizens of Buckingham Palace for 15 years, Her Majesty tended to avoid food that came out of a deep fryer and took less time to prepare than the duration of a pop song. Knowing this, one might assume that the Queen would have been staunchly opposed to doing business with McDonald's, the world's largest fast food chain. Once in a blue moon, however, McGrady says that the Queen would send for an out-of-pocket dish when the craving struck. It certainly wasn't pizza, which she forbade the kitchen from preparing. It was one of McDonald's signature menu items, hamburgers. But according to McGrady, she preferred her burger to come from the palace kitchen.
This is where the magic happens.
And when that not-so-fast burger reached the Queen's plate, McGrady told Insider that she would eat it with a fork and knife. He explained, "Her Majesty's Victorian upbringing dictates that the only thing you would pick up and eat with your fingers is afternoon tea."